I didn't want to go back for the third night. Every part of me screamed to quit the job, to leave the city, and never come near that warehouse again. But I couldn't. The rent was due, and there were bills waiting. The company paid well, and they said I would lose my pay if I quit before the first week ended. So I went back. The night air felt heavier than before. The fog had grown thicker, swallowing the light from the street. The warehouse looked different in the mist. Larger, quieter, emptier, like a tomb. When I walked inside, the same smell hit me again. Rust, oil, and something faintly sweet. A scent that didn't belong. It reminded me of rotten fruit, left too long in a warm room. The control room was cold. The screens flickered as usual, but the sixth one showed only static now. I stared at it for a long time before I started my rounds. The whisper from the night before had left something inside me. I could still hear it sometimes, faint and distant, even during the day, like it had followed me home and was hiding somewhere behind my thoughts. I tried not to think about it. I picked up my flashlight and walked the halls. The air moved strangely tonight, as if the whole building was breathing. When I reached the main corridor, I heard it again. The slow dragging sound, far away, like something being pulled across the floor. I froze. The sound stopped, then came again, closer this time. It didn't echo like my footsteps. It was heavier, slower, uneven. The sound of something alive, but not walking right. I pointed the flashlight toward the sound. The beam hit only dust in the air, no movement. But the noise didn't stop. It circled me, shifting from left to right. I turned fast, but there was nothing behind me, only the echo of my own heartbeat. I walked faster, heading back to the control room. But halfway there, the sound changed. It came from beneath me now. I stopped walking. The air went still. Then, from under the floor, I heard a deep knock. 1, 2, 3. Then silence. Then again. 3 knocks. Slow, deliberate. I crouched down, placing my hand on the concrete. It was cold, but I felt something. A faint vibration, like movement deep below. I didn't know what was under the warehouse. The map didn't show any rooms beneath, but that sound had weight. Something real was down there. I stood up and kept moving. The knocking followed me. Every few steps it started again. 3 knocks, then silence, then again. It felt like something was following me under the floor, moving as I moved. When I reached the storage section, I noticed the metal shelves were shaking slightly, as if small tremors passed through the ground. Dust fell from the ceiling, soft and white, like ash. The air grew warmer suddenly, as if the temperature below was rising. The floor beneath my boots felt softer, like the concrete was no longer solid. I stepped back quickly. I shone the flashlight on the ground and saw a thin crack running along the floor. It wasn't there the night before. The crack went straight across the hall, like a scar dividing the warehouse in two. Something was breathing under it. The sound was slow and deep, like a lung the size of a car pulling air in and out. The vibration moved with each breath. I could smell it too. A thick, hot smell of dirt and decay. I stood frozen for a long time, staring at the crack. My legs felt weak. Then the sound stopped. The silence that followed was even worse. The lights flickered again. When they came back on, the crack was wider. I stepped back. The ground near my feet began to move, just a little, like the surface of water touched by wind. Then a small puff of dust rose from it. I turned and ran. I didn't care where I went. The halls twisted and stretched, but I didn't stop until I reached the stairs to the second floor. Up there, the air was different, cold, dry, almost safe. But when I looked down, I saw that the crack on the floor below had grown long enough to reach the far wall. The lights above the crack flickered in rhythm with the breathing sound. I went back to the control room and watched the screens. All cameras worked again, even the sixth one. It showed the exact place I had just left, the crack running across the floor, the dust still floating. Then, something else appeared at the edge of the frame. A shape. It was low and wide, crawling slowly. I could see its outline, limbs that bent the wrong way, a head that dragged close to the ground. It moved toward the crack. When it reached it, it stopped, and for a moment, everything went still again. Then the floor beneath it opened slightly, and it slipped down as if the ground swallowed it whole. I leaned closer to the screen, my stomach twisted. The crack closed again after it, smooth and quiet, leaving no trace. I sat there shaking, staring at the screen. I didn't move for what felt like hours. I didn't even blink. When the morning light finally came, the building looked normal again. The crack was gone. The floors were clean. No dust, no smell, no sound. But the whisper inside me was louder now. It had changed tone. It wasn't words yet, but it had rhythm, slow and constant, like a heart beating deep underground. I knew then that something beneath the warehouse was alive, and every night I stayed, it came closer to the surface. That night, I didn't sleep again. Even when I closed my eyes, I could feel the floor beneath me breathing.